We are doing a giveaway with Monster Tech on my channel. Stay tuned for details on how to win. I want to start a discussion today about insurance fraud. In Star Citizen, it's pretty profitable, and it's a question that I don't have an answer to. On one hand, we didn't do anything in this session that violates the intended functionality of salvage. For instance, if you got gunned down while on a mission or carrying cargo, it's only natural that you would want to mitigate your losses and salvage your own wreck. So long as you have a way of finding it again, it's entirely possible that this is what you'd do. Salvage at the moment is still in its fledgling steps. So it also does make sense that it is still missing quite a bit of functionality and it's not fully supported as it will be in the future. I don't think intended gameplay loop for salvage in Star Citizen includes repeatedly salvaging your own ships for profit. But today we're going to show a method on how to do exactly that. Use the mechanics of Star Citizen to make a pretty substantial profit on salvaging your own ships. For this method to be successful, you need at least two players. One player is acting as the quantum anchor, and the other is providing ships to salvage. The anchor goes out to some location in dead space, followed by the donor ship. Once both of you are there, you work together to strip the ship down. In this case, Schlag is the anchor, and I'm the donor with my Carrack. So once Schlag is in position in some inaccessible location, to everyone else that is, I jump to him and we get to work. We end up having another volunteer from our org that doubles our output speed, having now both of the lasers manned. And we did find some interesting things. When Schlag attempted to sell off the cargo, he was not able to sell off the guns that were stripped from the Carrack. I'm not sure if this is intended. It seems like it could be, since this does mitigate our fraudulent activities to some degree. Maybe it is to prevent players from just duping large amounts of equipment since now you have to store it rather than sell it. I don't know. But across our 1 hour session, we were able to clear approximately 100 boxes of salvaged material from a single Carrack. That was when we ran into the final boss of salvage gameplay, the Reclaimer itself. We got stuck in a situation where the salvage heads were non-operational. You could turn them on, and you could see all the special effects, but they weren't actually putting that salvage anywhere. We found later that there are ways to mitigate this behavior, and it is apparently an issue with the Reclaimer and more well known among salvage groups. But it did, in effect, end our night of salvage. In that time, though, my Carrack would have been ready for an instant expedite claim, and we could have kept going, bugs notwithstanding. I simply would have backspaced back to Orison, pulled the Carrack again, and met up with my two helpers to keep the process going. Those 100 boxes sell for 7,700 AUEC each for a total profit of 770,000 AUEC. Splitting that three ways gives about 257,000 AUEC per person. And there are gameplay loops that will net you a lot more than this in an hour. I could have done between 2 and 4 runs of barrel in that time in that Carrack. Each run would have gotten me about 250,000 AUEC. So this is definitely not the most effective way to grind credits. But compared to salvage missions, we paid nothing up front, so the only cost is if we want to expedite a claim. So as long as you have a couple friends, this is definitely the way to go for salvage. And there's a few other benefits as well. Had I made those cargo runs, I would have made more money, sure, as long as there were no server crashes. For each of those runs, I'm risking well over 1 million AUEC. That risk is nothing to scoff at. And with the burgeoning piracy gameplay that is being added to Star Citizen at the moment, that's a risk that will continue to get greater and greater because server crashes aren't going to be the only thing shooting you out of the sky. And on the same token, what's the risk in these salvage scenarios? Time. That's it. Had we kept going, in 3 hours we could have filled the Reclaimer entirely, making 2.3 million AUEC. Everyone walking away 770,000 credits richer is not bad for a no-risk gameplay session. But maybe you don't have the big ship to salvage. What to do then? Well, you can put out a call to anyone on the server to stop by and leave their ship with you. Give them a cut of the profits, and so long as it was just going to sit in a hangar anyway, they can passively make some money through their ownership while you strip it down for scrap. I would structure the deal with a down payment and then the rest of the money upon successful completion of the salvage. They at least get something up front that way, but if there is a server crash, you've mitigated a lot of the sunk time that way. But if they bring you a Carrack, for instance, and you know that you can get roughly 100 SCU of salvage, you can just offer a total in the form of a percentage of the expected profit. I'm sure if you get together with a bunch of Vulture buddies, you could have quite the operation going in the background, while those players are still free to backspace back to their residence and do whatever else they want. In the real world, this would be insurance fraud. But in Star Citizen, I don't see a way of mitigating these activities of questionable ethics without severely hampering salvage gameplay. Like I said at the outset, through all of this, we haven't done anything that breaks the intended function of salvage. We played within the rules of Star Citizen and the mechanics therein, but this is an obvious loophole in the system. Maybe this becomes irrelevant in the future with more salvage loops being supported. Maybe this isn't an issue at all. What do you think? In any case, this was a fun way of getting 3 friends together to rip apart some ships. And maybe that's all that matters at the end of the day. With that said, we are still doing a giveaway courtesy of Monster Tech for a set of chair or desk mounts. I'm a big fan of Monster Tech products. I think that their quality is top notch. I've had no issues with the products that they've made for me. I'm a huge fan. I really can't say enough nice things about Monster Tech. I'm really happy to have them as a sponsor for the channel. And if you want to get a 5% discount on your order, use code ODDJOB at checkout. Otherwise, if you want a chance to win that set of chair or desk mounts, all you have to do is like and subscribe to my channel and comment on any of my videos during the giveaway period with that video's corresponding secret word. Today we're talking about salvage, so tell me what you think about this video. Is this a problem for salvage gameplay, or is it just an extension of the intended gameplay? Let me know what you think in the comments, and have a nice day. Until next time, this is Odd Job Entertainment, signing off.
You should be in VTOL mode. Leave it in that the whole time down.
Okay. Oh boy, this is going to take a while, huh?
Going down's fast. You just gotta find out what point to hit the boost.
How do I animate myself again with the healing thing?
B?
B,
Good
right.
boy.
Yep. Just trying to heal up.
So, I'm using Vader as my marker. That's about where the spaceport should be, right?
You're pretty close. I'm not at the spaceport quite. I'm at the plaza right now.
When you get closer, you'll start getting markers. You'll start seeing people's ships in a cluster. So
Yeah, you'll see tons of ships because people are landing and taking off there a lot.
I think
Green.
that the spaceport is off to our port side by about 30
I
degrees.
have it on, didn't I? No, it's
I'm
still
seeing
off.
a lot of Dion signs in the shape of it right about there.
Finally, a second bottle.
All right, entering combat zone. That's progress.
What are you hitting me with?
Nerf gun, basically.
Oh, blast. Desperado toy. Cool.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
cannot buy
it's
any. Oh, maybe I can.
Yeah, I just got the contact ATC to land.
Yep. It's almost directly below us.
I do like that I can see through the floor of this thing.
Yeah. I've only tried to land it with first person view like once or twice. Yeah, there you go. Gotta go full boost. We're dropping pretty fast. Full boost bottom thrusters.
third bottle just popped onto the ground finally. Drank that. Thank you very much. Top myself off.
This ship,
Finally
I
got
can
my
extend gear
tanks.
without cutting VTOL, right? That's not going to cause any issues.
If you look at the external view while it's doing it, you'll see.
As massive.
Yeah, that being said, it can take a beating. It's not too much of one.
Well, that is good, friends, because it just might.
I like the addition of maps to the.
Gosh, the clouds add so much to Area 18.
That they do. I love seeing clouds. And I think clouds make more of a difference on these rocky planets.
Yeah.
Alright. You see how much the ship fights you on the way down, huh?
Yeah, it's very stressful. I thought I was going to be cool and do first person, but no way, Jose.
Hey, look, that's
Oh.
my house over there. That's my apartment over there.
Yeah, you're flying the Reclaimer. It's the ship that does not want to fly.
That being here, you can take the front row. There you go. Take a look.
Gosh.
Hey, they gave you the capital hangar though, so you're good. Just keep coming down. Just gotta
Yeah.
rotate a little, roll a little right. And as soon as the landing gear touch, you just gotta give it some boost on the, not too much boost, but some upward thrust. Otherwise it'll scrape that claw on the ground. I love when it lands and those pistons compress. It fits the Reclaimer so well. There you go, almost down. And touch.
Oh, too much thrust.
Yeah, just enough to, yeah, there you go.
Wow, I never want to do that again. That is stressful.